But you tied to some male rappers. What's the word? Are they saying pick way to the top?
I would hope not, because I'm not.
So one of the questions we got in the guest said, did you ever date Fat Trail? Not none of these DC rappers?
Floyd, I remember to that. Because...
So what happened? You dropped out. You taking care of your siblings. You helping mom.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you have a baby.
I went through teen pregnancy with the older guy. Very traumatic.
How old was the guy that you got pregnant by?
He was 22 and I was 16. But after I had the baby, I got into this other relationship, very abusive relationship, very toxic relationship.
You let somebody abuse you?
Yeah.
Hold on. Pinky the rapper let somebody beat her up.
I mean, I'm not gonna say.
Keep it real. What was it?
Because I'm thinking that this abuse is love. Because why? My brother used to beat on me, but I know he loved me.
Yeah.
Like he used to swing on me, but I know he loved me. So you hit me, but I know you love me.
Normalized.
You know, it's normalized. So now I feel like it's normal. I feel like if a nigga ain't raising his voice at me, he don't love me.
Yeah. Describe the process of going after a deal and getting signed to EQ Roc Nation.
Hell of a feeling.
DC, what up? Northeast, what up? East Coast, what up? We international, Ryan. DC, what up? PG, what up? East Coast, what up? We international, Ryan. Shit all the way on the Gaza Strip. They listening to us on Floyd 118 presents Highthoughts, courtesy of the Culture Media Network. I do a terrible job at this, so let me do it while I'm remembering it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram at the Highthoughts Pod. I don't know if it's Highthoughts Podcast or the High. Somebody get that for me, figure it out for me before we keep going. But Highthoughts Podcast, and you can find it on the Culture Media Network on YouTube and everywhere podcasts are available. Hey man, this week we right back with a hell of a show. Been a rough couple weeks. You probably noticed we was dropping back to back, and I had to take some time. Had a few deaths, but part of this shit for everything we doing, for me for sure, is just always moving forward. It's about being therapeutic and using what we got to get where we gotta go. So, real shit, this is what I got. Y'all what I got. The music what I got. The podcast is what I got. So we're gonna use all of them platforms to keep us moving forward, right? Everything cool? All right, so look, before we keep going any further, I gotta introduce my guest. I made a comment about another one I got, said Rookie of the Year, but that's only because she ain't no rookie no more. Just signed a major label deal, national recording artist, thousands of views on YouTube, probably hundreds of thousands of views on social media from YouTube and Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Everywhere you look, you're going to find a TikTok. Really brought in a new wave of rapper in the DC, DMV area. We're going to talk about that distinction in a second. A new era, right, where even the old veterans are kind of nitpicking and taking from some of the shit she doing. She done brought in a new wave, a new energy. Every interview you hear her talk about, the first thing they say is your energy. That's something you can only get in Ward 8. Something you can only get from the South Side. And she done took her story, put it on paper, and now it's about to go out to the world pretty soon with her debut album. And we're going to let her talk about that in a second. But first, I just want to say, how you doing, Pinky the Rapper?
I'm doing amazing.
That's good. And you look good.
I did?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you ain't switch up on us yet. You ain't go get the
I'm
BBL
definitely getting my teeth
that.
done. So as soon as that motherfucking check come, I'm gonna get my teeth done.
That's it?
Y'all know. I got my waist trainer on right now, so I don't need no lipo, no none of that. I'm fine where I'm at.
Yeah, no BBL.
No BBL.
If the label say, listen, we gonna pay for it.
Absolutely not, because I got my own ass. I got ass.
Let me ask you a question. Do you find yourself as a thicker artist, as a thick woman, period, do you find yourself now kind of being like a spokesperson
Yeah.
For women who are a little thicker.
Yeah, I get a lot of DMs. Like, oh my gosh, like you just make it look so easy. You just, so confident. You make me feel good about myself. So yeah.
Why is it not easy? I don't know no nigga that said I'm not fucking with no Big Joe. That's some bullshit.
But see, it's a
Every
difference.
Every nigga I know say the Big Joe's got better pussy.
See, we're not gonna use big joints.
Okay.
Big joints is very insulting.
I like that.
But we're gonna use like thick. Fluffy, chunky if you
it's
may.
Plus size,
plus size, but I don't. I consider myself as like thick.
Okay.
Because I don't really have I got a nice little fupa, but it ain't all protruding and hanging. I can still tie my shoe. I can bend over. I can do all of that. But yes, I do feel like it is a little. It is because today's society. That's what people want to see, not what they prefer, but what they want to see because. Baby, my motherfucking DMs be flooded, so
I imagine. But listen, before we go any further, look, this episode, all episodes are sponsored by Highthoughts Cannabis Company. You smoke?
Absolutely not.
Man, we gotta get you some edibles or something. Next time I got some mushrooms.
I wouldn't dare eat none of that.
None of that?
None of it.
Damn, no peer pressure?
No peer pressure. No peer pressure.
Okay, and shout out to the hoodies by Designer Huff Clothing.
That's my cousin, by the way. That's my cousin.
That's a good guy, man.
Yeah, Lance, shout out to my cousin.
No question. So listen, we sponsored by those two parties. We're gonna make sure the Instagram is right there when we say it. Shop with them. I had to shout them out. Pink, before we go any further, every week we do a moment of silence, right?
I'm here for that.
So, first let me ask you, do you got anybody you want to throw out there for the moment of silence? It's okay.
I do, but I do.
Okay.
I want to do a moment of silence for the two young girls that lost their life up 7th Street. I'm going to do a moment of silence for Boo from Parkland, my big homie. Yeah, we're going to do the moment of silence.
That's for all of them. That's
all of them.
And,
Yeah, very much. I'm going to take a shot, too.
For my brother, listen, we just lost him. For my grandmother, we just lost him. But even on a bigger scale, right, over the weekend, on the Gaza Strip, over 1,000 lives lost, over 200 kids murdered. Let me make sure we right. 900 Israelites, 680 Palestinians. Damn, over 3,000 people injured. Then 20,000 people died in the earthquake over in Afghanistan. Life's so fragile. And we only, and I heard my man say, first, before we go any further, moment of silence. Pink, life's so fragile. And I seen it, the comedian Carlos Miller from
95.
95. So he put a little post up and he said, nigga, I'm black. I don't care about nobody at war, this and that. So some people was offended. Some people was like, nah, I feel them because we got our own shit we dealing with right here. How you feel about that? You feel like we should give a fuck about stuff that's happening other places? Do it affect us here? Don't affect us here?
Honestly, I'm going to say we shouldn't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, okay.
Because we got our own shit going on.
That's real.
And when we be down and out, it don't be nobody that runs to our motherfucking side like that. Israel and motherfucking Afghanistan don't care about what we got going on.
Yeah.
So, touche.
I feel that, but a lot of that, the same way, I think it work all the way around. Like the same way, I think we conditioned not to give a fuck about nobody else nowhere.
Yeah. But I feel like, just like you said, we conditioned, but look at like the the stuff that we really go through. Yeah. Might not be as, big as the stuff that they going through, but,
But everybody got a story. We can't neglect that shit. Perfect segue. I want you to do me a favor. Paint the picture for me. Everybody know you as Pinky the rapper now, but Pinky is the name your great-grandmother gave you, right?
Yes.
Tell me about little Pinky growing up in Ward 8. We talked about Southeast. Tell me about your life before you was doing this rap shit.
Little Pinky was definitely like very much the same, like super outgoing, super outspoken. I've always been like in the front for like, if anything, like I used to dance at first.
Strip?
As Little Pinky.
Oh, my bad.
Are you fucking for real?
Hey, niggas started early in Southeast. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, I was not stripping as Little Pinky.
My bad.
The fuck?
My bad, yeah. I forgot where we was at.
Yeah, y'all see what Floyd mind is at, obviously.
y'all.
So Little Pinky was a dancer. We always have like family reunions. My family was very family oriented.
Yeah.
So I was always doing something. So Little Pinky really ain't changed. I just grew up and gained a little weight. And I ain't dancing no more, but I'm definitely still the same child that I was. Like I'm that adult. And as far as like what life was before this, like I'm not gonna lie, like nothing really changed.
Yeah.
Honestly, like nothing really changed. Like, yeah, I'm doing a whole lot better, but like in my atmosphere and my environment, it's definitely kind of still the same.
I know you had, a few different situations going on that I heard you talk about. What was the prime? I know you dropped out of high school, right?
Yes.
Out of Baloo.
Yes, I dropped out of high school.
First, let me ask you, what was the situations that led to you dropping out of high school? And did you ever consider going back?
Now that I have a son,
Yeah.
I definitely consider going back because I feel like you gotta practice what you preach. So even though my son is 3 and he's in pre-K 3,
Education important.
I still, and it's very important, but I don't want to be one of those parents like, you need to do this and you need to do that, and I ain't did it myself. Like I cannot tell you about an experience I didn't experience myself. So that's where I'm at with that. And
but what was the reason? Like, I know, shit happens.
Well, my mom is a single mother of 5, and I was just like, out of all of my mother kids, I'm her very like outspoken. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I want this. I'm the one. Basically, out of all my, no shade to my siblings, but they know I'm the one. I'm the one. So it was, to me, it was like, I know I wanted this, and I wanted my hair done, and I wanted nails, and I wanted clothes. And realistically, my mom, she couldn't be that. Like, she got all these other kids that she got to tend to. Like, if I wear size 7 and my brother wears size 10 and my sister wears size 5, like, it's just so much. So I was thinking more so being selfless, because I was 15 years old when I got my first job.
Go, I'm listening.
I was 15 years old when I got my first job. Very much still a child. Where I should have been in the 10th grade, but I wasn't. I was at work. I worked at IHOP. Yeah, in the 10th grade.
You know what's so crazy as we talking about the Gaza, Afghanistan, this and that? You really could compare to what we go through right here. Mm-hmm. Yo,
they don't have no childhood.
They child soldiers. We child soldiers. We in war right here at home, like they at war at their home.
I'm definitely a child soldier.
Yeah.
War baby, for real.
So you had so 10th grade, you say, fuck it, I gotta carry my weight.
Yeah, I gotta carry my weight. And I was my mom's only child that had a job at the age of 15. Like, at that time, my brother was in high school. When he was 15, he was in high school. When my sister was 15, she was in high school. But when it came down to me, it was like, if you gonna go to work and you gonna have everything that you need, or you gonna go to school and you gonna go without. And I didn't want to go without at all.
So you was almost like a caretaker for your siblings too?
Yes, I was. I was definitely buying household products and stuff.
How do you feel like that affected you?
I feel like in a way it made me feel like my mom had favoritism
over them.
Yeah,
for them.
like for them. Yeah,
okay.
Like I feel like even though I wasn't forced, I wasn't pulled from the situation either. I wasn't told like, oh no, don't get a job. You don't have to do this. I'm going to do that. So yeah, I do feel like it was a little favoritism.
When you hear people talk about DC, no doubt about it. Nigga from Bethesda, nigga from Bladensburg, nigga from Bowie. Gonna say he from Berry Farms. Yeah. Right? When they go out of town,
for sure.
You on bike week, you down floor, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But you actually born and raised right there in the trenches of Southeast, Ward 8.
Yes.
Tell me some of the, if you can, give me a story, give me anything, a couple stories if you want, some of the wildest shit you seen coming up in Southeast.
I have a lot of stories.
That ain't gonna incriminate nobody. You ain't gotta get
that's
no
not
names
gonna incriminate
too.
nobody. I'm not gonna get no names, but I had a best friend at the time when I was younger around Parkland. Anybody know me know that I grew up around Stanton Road. Well, originally I grew up around 4th Street, 4214, 4th Street, apartment 101, but I feel like I don't really give that too much life because I was a child around there, and I really grew up like into teenage to adulthood around Stanton Road. So that's where I claim, and that's why I give.
Neighborhood in Southeast DC.
That's my neighborhood basically. So I remember one day I had a best friend, and we would always spend the night at each other's house. So mind you, if you know anything about Stanton Road, you know it's a one-way. You can't come down, you can only go up.
That's true.
So we were walking across the street. Like we used to live next door, but we had moved into a bigger unit because my family expanded. Anyway, we was walking across the street and this car came driving up, shooting. Like drive-by type.
Like out there.
There wasn't nobody outside but me and her walking across the street. But you could tell like they wasn't shooting towards us. You said they probably shot in the air or whatever because, you know, it's beef.
Point,
But at that moment, I was like, damn, like we really in the midst of this shit. Like two young girls, we probably was like 13. She probably was like, I was probably like 13. She probably was like 15 at the time. And it was just so crazy because it's just like, we kids, we supposed to have fun. But at that moment, I knew like, yeah, shit really like it's going on. I'm really in the heart of the city. Like,
so when you hear people now talk about, oh, it's so different, they wasn't doing this back in the day.
It's not. I don't feel like that. Like, I don't feel like that. I feel like the disrespect is to an all-time high, but I feel like what's really like going on, this shit was going on years ago, honestly.
So then let me ask you this question then, right? We talked about that, but what's some of the highlights of growing up in Southeast? Something that you can't get nowhere, or something that make you proud and smile when you say I'm from Southeast? Because you wear that shit like a badge of honor.
Because it is.
But it's not because of all the trauma. It got to be because of some of the trophies.
But it's both.
Okay.
You know, it's both. I would say, like, DC have a lot of programs. Like, they really help your people. Like, when you really go and you go dig and you get that research, like, they really, I feel like they care for us to a certain extent. I'm not going to lie. But I do feel like the care and the help is there because I know EBT is all around the world, but then you got these programs where these young mothers can go get this housing for free, when they can, you know, get daycare for free. Like, you just really got to do the work. But I feel like, you know, the love is there. You just got to tap into it.
So that's what give you your pride about coming up in DC.
Yeah, it was love. It was love. I feel like it was good and bad, but it's life.
So what happened? You dropped out. You taking care of your siblings. You helping mom. Mm-hmm. Eventually, you have a baby.
Eventually, I get pregnant. I was working at 15. I got pregnant at 16. I went through teen pregnancy with the older guy. Very traumatic. He stole from my.
When you say, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
When you say older guy, I want to get this clear. Mm-hmm. How old was the guy that you got pregnant by?
He was 22 and I was 16. But disclaimer, he lied about his age to me. He lied to look younger, so I would be comfortable.
He lied to look younger.
He lied to look
like
younger.
When R. Kelly was like wearing green vest and shoes.
Yeah, so
like
he
that.
can look younger, but he wasn't. So yeah, and I promise y'all, my story is facts. Yeah. I could call somebody and vouch for it now, but yeah, it was one of those things. Like, he was a lot older. I feel like he groomed me.
Groomed you?
Yeah, he definitely groomed me.
You think that's something that happens often in our community?
Hell yeah, it happens way often. It happens too often that it's normal.
Did you have the baby?
No. I went through a stillborn. I went all the way to 36 weeks pregnant, and I delivered a deceased baby in 2014.
Do you still think about that baby?
All the time. I think about the baby all the time because I tell you one thing, if she was here, Major wouldn't be.
Oh, it was a girl.
I just wouldn't have had 2 kids, but yeah. I feel like it made me, like, I got tough skin because of it. I feel like once you are conditioned to have a baby and then you go all the way full, like 36 weeks is full term. You can deliver a baby earlier than that. So the fact that I went that far in the pregnancy and I came home without a child, I think that it breaks your soul.
It do.
Like, it was like soul shattering for me, my mom, my entire family. Like, that was the first baby that would have been around like for a while. Yeah. Nobody wasn't really getting pregnant in my family, but once I had got pregnant, I had a very supportive family, like supportive system on my mom's side.
Right.
And like, I had my baby shower 2 months early. Like, everybody was super excited. Like, I had my baby shower at my aunt's house. I would never forget. Everybody was super excited. Like, when I said I had so much stuff from a baby shower, like, my mom took all my stuff home. They set my room up and all of that. And when it came time to deliver the baby, I just think everybody was so devastated. Like,
What's her name?
Kalia.
Khalid.
Her name is tattooed on my chest. And my sister got me this necklace. It say Kalia and Major, and these are her ashes, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's so crazy. And I wasn't even going to mention my shit, right? But I lost a daughter that's still, and her name was Callie.
That's great. I mean, we talked about it.
Yeah,
'cause we're
her name was
like
Callie.
real friends, so.
And that's just so crazy. I never even knew you wore the ashes, right?
Yeah, I always had the ashes on.
Let's transition. You go through this trauma, you go through this heartbreak. Something clicks, because you've been rapping your whole life. Probably. Rappers, I know everybody say, well, I just started yesterday. That don't mean shit. You've been trying for some time, probably. Okay. What happened to make you switch into full gear where you are the last year and a half, freestyling crazy, leading you to the deal? What happened in your life to make you switch them gears?
Honestly, I always like had a way with words,
Right.
but now that I had all this emotion in me and nowhere to like put it at, because you know I could talk to my mom and I can talk to a lot of people, but realistically, what would that do for me?
Right.
Because it'll still be, because everybody gonna have their opinion and feelings on how a certain situation should have went, and you
Yeah.
know my mom only job at the time was to reassure me that everything happens for a reason. So that's not even necessarily no resolution for me. I'm still looking for other answers.
Yeah,
and
some
shit.
answers.
So at this point, I felt like we can do all the talking we want. Shit still don't make me feel good, but what's gonna make me feel good
Yeah.
about the situation? And that's where like me being able to articulate my feelings and my words and put it all together, and it made sense for me. It gave me an understanding. That's what music came in.
Was the second child's father the same as the first child?
Absolutely not.
So you was done with the first guy?
I was done with the first guy. The first guy actually got locked up because he's a fucking thief.
Damn.
Stealing shit.
Stole from you.
No, he didn't steal from me, but he definitely went on like a little mission, and
Situation. Didn't work for him.
yeah, stupid.
So
ass
you
bitch.
move on, you get a new situation, right?
Yeah, I
You
moved.
got
on.
this new baby, new start.
Well, actually, I feel like we missing a gap.
Tell me
because
what we missing.
I got after I had the baby, I got into this other relationship, very abusive relationship, very toxic relationship.
You let somebody abuse you?
Yeah.
Hold on. Pinky the rapper let somebody beat her up.
I mean, I'm not
Now
gonna
let's
say.
keep it real. What
I'm
was
not
it?
gonna say beat it-
Was it mental abuse?
But
Was
I
it
feel like
physical?
I've always been Pinky, but I haven't always been Pinky the rapper.
Talk that shit.
So I'm,
there we
you know,
go.
it's
Tell me the
still
truth.
transitions. It's like you still transitions. I'm still a child.
That's right.
Very much so, because I was pregnant at 16, I was pregnant at 15, lost the baby at 16.
Right.
16, 17, now I'm with the abusive guy.
Damn.
So it was like back to back to
Back to
back.
back.
But one thing I can say, that my trauma always ran deep. Me and my brother, we used to, like, I love my brother to death, but we grew up on survival.
Right.
You know, so he was going through all his trauma and shit too, so it was bleeding over to me. Like him not being able to vent and him not being able to have that, out source of, other things that can help him, because he had trauma also, so it poured over to me.
Yeah.
You don't know how to really talk about your feelings and your trauma, so you want to fight.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
get mad at me because, your dad got killed in front of you. Around Stand Oaks,
Yeah.
like Southeast, Ward 8.
Yeah.
Your dad got killed in front of you, and you feel, a certain type of way because my dad's still around.
Yeah.
So, it's like not even meaning to have this anger towards me, is just there.
Yeah, subconscious.
It's just there. So, us fighting, like, we just went through so much as like young, like being young kids, we went through so much. So, after me and the first baby daddy didn't work, I got into the abusive relationship, but because I'm thinking that this abuse is love, because why? My brother used to beat on me, but I know he loved me.
Yeah.
Like he used to swing on me, but I know
Yeah.
he loved me. So
Yeah.
you hit me, but I know you love me.
It's normalized.
It's normalized. So now I feel like it's normal. I feel like if a nigga ain't raising his voice at me, he don't love me.
Yeah. Wow.
But it runs so deep. Like
Yeah.
it runs super deep.
Yeah.
Super deep. But second baby daddy came after the abusive guy, Unicorn. I feel like he saved my life. Like,
Yeah.
I do. I tell my mother that all the time. I feel like he saved my life. I feel like if I'd have stayed with that other guy, I'd probably be dead or in jail.
So Unicorn come, why you not with him now? Or are you?
No, I'm not with Unicorn. And I'm not with Unicorn because I have a lot of healing that I need to do because he's a very good guy.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up man. Check off every box that I probably got.
Yeah.
But mentally and emotionally, I still feel like all I deserve is toxicness. I feel like he don't love me like that because he ain't yelling at me.
Right.
He ain't aggressive.
Right.
He ain't cursing at me.
Right.
But that's something that I gotta unlearn.
In yourself, though.
And I'm not gonna be selfish and continue to
Drag
string him along when I know that
That's
it
right.
ain't even him. So it's 100% me.
So how do we get into freestyle Pinky the Rapper?
We got
This, babe. Let's keep the timeline, right? I want to make some jokes, but I don't.
Go ahead.
I'm about to say R. Kelly, then Ike Turner. And then Drake came along.
I'm fucking. We're gonna say Russell Wilson.
We're going home.
We're gonna say Russell Wilson came along.
Oh, not Russell.
Yeah, because Russell corny,
His
man.
life
He
been
not corny
over
at all.
since year.
Yeah, he not corny. So we gonna say Drake.
All
We
right,
gonna
say no
Drake.
more. Say no more. Okay, but boom, you had this baby. Tell me a little bit about how you went from new single mother, young, but saying I'm gonna dedicate everything to this music, everything I got. Tell me how that transition came about.
Just having that support system, like me having a baby, but my mother and him still like shit. Go for that shit. Like a baby don't slow nothing down. We here.
What
we
was
gonna
the
help you.
inspiration to? Like you
The
just woke up and said
inspiration,
I'm gonna do it.
the inspiration was just seeing my child, like me pushing out a child and me just being a young mother, and I'm just like, all right, so I feel like whatever you do, you gotta love that shit, because if you don't love it, you're not gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
And even after I had a baby, fresh out the hospital, I did a freestyle on Instagram,
Yeah, for real.
and it was like a Megan Thee Stallion beat. Big, I don't know if it was Big Old Freak. It was one of them, but
Big
I
Old
did
Freak
that,
after you just
like,
had a baby.
if
is
you
crazy.
pay attention,
Big Old Freak with a
it probably
newborn in
was
your
that.
hand.
Oh no!
Fucked up.
It was that song. I'd rather be a B-I-T-C-H. It
Oh,
was that song.
for real, all
It
right.
was bitch.
That's
It was that.
Tupac.
But
Very
I still, if you
influential
pay
guy.
attention, if you go back, when this drop, I'm gonna do the archive. I'm gonna bring the freestyle back. I still had a hospital band on my arm. Like
That's
I was
gangsta.
fresh out the hospital
That's gangsta.
doing a freestyle.
What was the first freestyle that went viral for you?
My first freestyle that went viral is "Love Is Blind," and I'm glad that I got to do this because nobody asked that, but I always wanted to shout the guy out that gave me the suggestion because he was supposed to be my manager or whatever, but he had a very fucked up temper. Very fucked up temper, very rude ass, mean ass nigga. But however, I'm not gonna never discredit him. His Instagram name is like, it's Pretty P Father or something, whatever the fuck his name is.
I'm
But
Pretty P.
he was the one that told me
Pause.
to rap over Love Is Blind. He like, we know you can rap. We know that, but we want to feel them emotions.
Yeah.
So, what's funny?
Because you talk about Pretty P, and then I just realized that's crazy for me to say shout out to Pretty P. Then I had to say pause, because me saying Pretty P is out of this world. But
Floyd, you got a lot of shit going on.
Nah, go ahead.
But anyway.
You talk about Pretty P.
But anyway, Pretty P is the daughter name. I think the daughter name was Purrs.
Okay.
So his Instagram was like Pretty P Father. But
Okay,
anyway,
okay.
he told me to put your emotions into a Love Is Blind type beat. Like, he was like, you rap over this, the women gonna feel you.
Had
the
you heard
men
the
gonna
song before?
feel
Yeah,
you.
right?
Never heard the song. I heard the song, but I'm saying when I was doing it,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never
yeah.
heard, like, I never like fully listened to the song.
Yeah, it's old.
So when I did it, it was like the women was just like,
yeah.
they was just like so emotional with me. They was so open with me.
The
like,
voice form.
It was different. It was different. But that's my first freestyle that went viral. Love Is Blind.
Is that your favorite one?
No, that's not my favorite one.
What's your favorite one you did?
My favorite freestyle will have to be, I have two. I have one would be Gallus. I forgot his name. The fuck is his name?
I don't know, but he like got the fake Jamaican accent.
Yeah, that one.
Life
and
is like Alice.
Yeah, and then I had did Jack Harlow.
Oh.
It was Nail something.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
And that shit.
I did that beat and it just made me. I knew right then and there, like, yeah, I'm one of them ones. I can really rap on any beat because the Jack Harlow beat. Are you serious? Like, Jack Harlow is one of them ones.
You just
But
shot
yeah.
the Big Mama Jones. Do you have to listen to a lot of new music? Like a lot of new artists? You got to keep up with a lot of new shit to do this type of stuff that you're doing?
No, but I'm forced to.
Yeah.
I'm forced. No, but I don't. Like, I can promise you, any song, any beat that I decided to do, I never listen to the song
Right.
through and through. Like, I can promise you
You don't
that.
want to steal they flow.
I don't want to steal. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't want to steal they flow. I don't want to steal they swag on the song or nothing. Like, if I do take like they cadence, it's because somebody probably asked me to rap like that. But
It's a lot of. But out of the ones that you've heard, who you like now? Who the new artists you fucking with right now?
Love Rob 49, love
Rob
Kenna
49.
Man, love Maya the Don, love Lola Brooke.
I like her. That's the one sound like Foxy Brown a little bit.
Uh-huh.
She and that was smart for her to redo that
She
old
look
Foxy
like your
jump.
type too.
What's up, Lola?
Yeah, I think that's her type, but yeah.
I like Lola, but you know what? I like all of them. I like we was talking about Rod Wave depressing ass.
Love Rod Wave depressing.
Love that shit, yeah.
Love his
Niggas
depressing.
really be feeling like that. All that fake player money shit.
Yeah.
Niggas be feeling like that.
He's depressing as fuck, but I love him.
He is, but listen, okay. What I did notice about you, right? Because now the freestyle still coming, but then we starting to get these singles, right? We starting to get records, which means the freestyles did their job. Freestyles is like the bag of dope. Nigga on the blog got some samples. Here, try these out. Now come fuck with me. What's the difference between writing the freestyle raps and putting together real songs?
The difference is more emotion. Like the freestyles would be me popping shit, like me just dragging. But the actual song is like I really got to take my time on that song.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna give y'all a little gem, not even a gem, but a little insider with me. I'm some shit when it come to hooks.
For real.
I'm a real rapper, so all that little catchy jingle, chanting shit, I'm not trying to figure that out.
Okay.
I'm going straight to the bars.
Yeah.
Like, I punch me right the fuck in because I'm going straight to the bars. But now, you gotta have some catchy shit. You gotta have some shit that they want to chant.
Yeah.
Some shit that they gonna repeat.
Yeah.
But I'm not that girl.
But Tupac, Jay-Z, them niggas was Nas, them niggas ain't real hook niggas either. Like,
But again, that's in this society, that's what they want. That's what I hear all the time.
but it's a way you can mash that. Just get somebody on the hook
Right.
or samples and shit like that.
And I'm into samples real
I
bad.
know. How do you come up with what's your process for coming up with the production? Just really putting together a whole song.
It's organic. One thing, I don't force nothing. The
Yeah.
beat gotta choose me. I don't never choose the beat. So if I hear beat and I feel like the beat is me and I just keep hearing it, that's the beat for me.
Yeah.
But if I hear something and it don't move me and my manager had this thing to where we hear beat and if it like make the hairs on the back of our neck stand up and we get chills, that's how we know that's one of them
That's
beats.
how it gotta be. You gotta feel it like in your soul and your heart.
Yeah.
I want you to take us through every twist and turn of putting together your new debut album, Wins, Losses Forever,
Yeah. Wins, losses forever. WLF.
WLF. Tell me all about. First, let me ask you this. We know you got the deal. Was the album done after the deal or before?
My album was done before the deal.
Okay.
The deal was with Seal, the deal.
Okay, the deal.
The deal
This was sealed the deal.
Yeah, the deal is what made them feel like, well, damn, we've been watching this Pinky, but you got a whole different Pinky.
Yeah.
Like, we want her.
Yeah. So tell me about how many songs. You ain't got to tell me how many songs, but tell me all about it.
Well, WLF is I would say the introduction of me. Like, yeah, everybody know I'm from Southeast. Everybody know I'm Pinky. Everybody know that I got this crazy energy with me, but they don't know, like, the traumas and trials and tribulations, like, everything I went through. And I feel like WLF is really going to give people an idea. They're going to give, not even an idea, but facts of who I am. Like, you're going to know for sure, like, oh, yeah, this the real her.
What songs on this joint mean the most to you and why?
My intro, first and foremost, it's not even a song, but it's the introduction, like I said, and it's no beat. It's just, you can hear the pain, you can hear the hunger, you can hear the sadness, you can hear the triumph, you can hear the happiness, you can hear all of that in one intro.
Yeah.
Then after that, I would say Major. I have a song named after my son. He's actually on he's actually on the song. Like, we talking, like when the beat drop, we talking, just having a conversation, me telling him I love him, just instilling like love into him.
Yeah.
Him being ready to get the fuck off the phone because he could care less. So then I have Ward 8. Ward 8 is one of those like captivating, breathtaking songs. You heard it. How you feel when you heard it?
I love it.
Did you cry?
Did I cry? Probably.
No, I want to know for sure. Was you going to cry or did you?
No, listen, I thought the whole thing, I thought it did what it was supposed to do, captivating the emotion.
How did it make you feel?
Proud. Because, you know, a lot of people, they find the type, you got the buzz right now. You got the wave right now, right? So a lot of people will mail that shit in. But you still care about the craft of it. You still care about the poetry of it.
Yeah.
The wordsmith of it. You know, you still want to tell a story that people ain't telling. And that's why I think people gravitating towards you, because you telling the stories. Right. Even in the freestyle jumps, you ain't mailing it in. Not a bar. So people fuck with that. I fuck with that. I thought the whole project was solid. Do you prefer the indie? Well, you got the label now, so how do I word this without getting you in trouble? Tell me the difference between the indie life and life with the label.
Honestly, nothing changed.
You can still throw shit out whenever you want. You can do whatever.
Yes, I can do what the fuck I want to do, because let me clear this up. I have a distribution deal, not a record label, a record deal.
That's right.
So I have 100% creativity of what the fuck I'm doing. Like, yeah, they might not like something, but guess what? We still gonna push that motherfucker because.
No, that's real. What's the difference between a distribution deal and a recording deal?
A distribution deal is them just giving me budgets for what I needed it for. So basically, at first, if you was paying attention to me, if you was following me, you know I didn't have any videos out. Yeah. So they seen like what I wasn't strong at and what I couldn't produce on my own. They got behind that. Yeah. A record deal is more so them having 100% control of all my shit, like everything. When you gonna drop, what you gonna put out, you gotta show this to the label, make sure they like. I don't have to do that, because whether they say yay or nay, it's probably still gonna be out now.
How involved are you in creating the actual project? Are you just come out, do my verses, I go home? Are you there in the mixing sessions? Are you there in post production? Are you picking the samples? Are you picking the beats?
I'm 100% in. Like I said, even down to picking my beats, I pick all my beats. I write all my shit. I say yeah on there. If I don't like this song, it's not gonna be on a project. Right. Like, so it's 100% me. For sure.
Do you like that? Do you like that power, or do you? Some people say, man, I wish I had a label just do all that shit for me.
I like the power because it still gives me that sense where, you know, it's all me. It's 100% me. It makes me feel like I'm in control, because I'm not good with authority. I don't want to be told to do a motherfucking thing. So it makes me feel good that I can make my own decisions.
Why is it so important to talk about Ward 8 all the time? Every interview you do, and then you got this song, this the staple of your album, right? Mm-hmm. Why is it important for you to tell the story of Ward 8?
Honestly, I feel like when we talk about DC, I feel like they always want to show like the glitz and the glamour and the good part. And
Washington.
Right. Nah, nigga, it's Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. Sure. Nigga, the Southeast is probably 5 miles away.
Other side of the bridge.
You know, so I be want to be real. I be want to be authentic. Like, I don't know if it was somebody asked me if you had to leave a song off of your album and it was nobody on it was you. For real? And it was nobody on the earth. Yeah. You had to leave one song that gave them a picture. That do sound like a me question. And that gave them a picture of how DC was, because, you know, everybody's extinct now. Nobody's not here. So what would be that one song that would give these people that, you know, just now coming on earth? And I told them it's Wale, because Wale give you the good, the bad, the ugly. Like you all of that shit. Like, it give you what we really are.
It's nothing like it in the world. So watch this, though. You put together this album. Now you in Roc Nation office.
EQ.
Describe the process, EQ. Describe the process. Now, I see you in some spots, too. We ain't gonna... You was up there with Ty-Ty and them niggas.
I was.
Exactly. Exactly. Describe the process of going after a deal and getting signed to EQ Roc Nation.
It was a hell of a feeling. I still don't have the words for it, because I feel like I still accomplished something that a lot of people won't ever be able to do. So it's just one of those feelings, like I'm just blessed. But actually getting like the call from Debbie saying that they wanted us to come to the office, I cried.
Yeah.
I cried like shit. Because
was Roc Nation something you wanted?
I wasn't thinking about, I mean, we were thinking about labels, but, you know.
Yeah.
It ain't never crossed my mind that it'd be that.
You just ain't thinking about Hov.
Yeah. So it felt good. It was just like, God damn, like they looking at me, Lord, oh me, because I feel like we done seen it happen, but we never felt it happen. You know? We done seen it with Shaq Lizzy. We done seen it with Trail. You know, a lot of Aries, you know, but we never felt it. But I feel like they feel it when it's me, even though it's just a distribution deal, but I feel like you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, but don't just the distribution deal yourself.
Okay, we're not gonna just that.
You know, that's how Hov came in the game, with just the distribution deal. And they put that shit out themselves.
So we not gonna do that. We gonna say, I started off with a distribution deal and the sky's the limit.
For fucking sure.
Like, manifestation is real, all of that stuff is real. So I just felt like, damn.
Yeah.
Little old me, like being like me.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those things, but it's still surreal to me. Like, that's why I feel like it ain't clicked yet. That's why the fuck I still be everywhere like I'm just regular.
Did
like,
you drink something? Was you in there with the bottle of Sean?
Yes,
Don?
I was talking to this guy.
Paint that picture for a nigga, man. You in New York at the fucking big show?
Yes.
Clico everywhere.
We got this. No, okay, but when I heard at home, of course, I called my mom. That was the first person I called, and she was like, she was crying. She was like, "Oh my gosh, you serious?" Da, 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 da.
Damn.
Debbie sounded like she wanted to cry, but she didn't. Everybody in my whole household was just like super like happy. Like, happy is the understatement. Say elated. Like, it was just different. And then we had went up there. We was like going back and forth. They was negotiating at first. And then, like, the actual signing was different. Like, the actual signing was like, God damn, like, I'm up here, top of the motherfucking floor, pen in hand, hand on paper on motherfucking Roc Nation desk.
Yeah.
Like, in front of this A&R, in front of the, like, it just felt good. It was great. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I felt like I won a motherfucking championship. I felt like this is for all the motherfuckers that really thought that I wasn't gonna do shit, or that I was just, you know, only gonna be hot in the DMV. And it's
felt
just
like validation.
Nah. Yeah, it felt like validation. It felt like I belonged there. When a lot of people kept asking me, how you feel? And I always said, I'm blessed. I feel like I belong here.
Fucking right.
I feel like I belong here.
How have people treated you? Do people think you rich now?
People, let me say that. People think I'm rich and a bitch is broke. I don't have not a motherfucking dollar. Don't ask me for nothing. Like, I ain't get no mother. Or I'm not gonna lie. My deal was nice, but I have budgets. But baby, I am broke.
Well, okay.
I'm maintaining.
Ask you a real question. Mm-hmm. How has this shit changed you, good and bad? Don't give me no bullshit either. How has the game changed you since you got it? Do you know yourself? Are you getting a little cocky? Are you a little less tolerant? Are you a little bit too giving? How you think it's changed you, good or bad?
I feel like...
Move that mic a little closer to you.
I feel like, honestly, it didn't change me.
Okay.
I feel like when it should have, it didn't. I feel like I'm too humble, if you ask me.
Okay.
Like I told you, I still just be everywhere. Like, not like I was just down fucking Eastover in the beauty supply store shopping and shit. And the bitch said, where your security at? And I looked at that bitch like, who you talking to?
Social media got them fucked up.
Social media got motherfuckers head fucked up. Cause I looked and I looked away and she was like, I know who you is. And I'm just like, yeah, bitch, I ain't think you was talking to me, asking me where the fuck my security at. Bitch, I'm coming to the beauty supply store and I ain't calling no security to take me there. But realistically, I just feel like I'm too like, it ain't, I don't know, like it hit me already, but I ain't feel like nothing changed, honestly.
People want you to put them on type shit now, more than before?
People definitely is a lot more like buddy and want to be cool, you know, excuse me, and like little stuff like that. But, you know, that comes with the territory, so I don't really feel no type of way about it. I just ignore they fucking calls.
Is it is the put on still important? Do you still need people to put you on? Or do you think as an artist who's starting to get buzz, it's your obligation to put somebody else on or to reach back?
No, and I do, and I have that. I had a guy in my DM like, yeah, this is why the city's so fucked up because they don't want to put nobody. And nigga, I put myself on.
Yeah.
I ain't never, in all my years, my 4 or 5 years of rapping, I never sent nothing out for nobody to post. Never.
Yeah.
No shade to nobody that did, but I never sent no content out. I never sent the freestyle. Never
Post
sent
this for me.
post this for me. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I ain't never did none of that shit. I did all of that shit. I started from when my views was 100 to being hundreds of thousands. Like,
Right.
I did it on my own. So, and I feel like now they just so fucking entitled. They feel like just because you did this and I answer a DM and I'm nice and I'm friendly about it, that I should just automatically put you on a song.
And you still shout niggas out. Like I watch you on different platforms. You shout niggas out. You show niggas love. People that show you love. Every interview they ask you about the same people that show. And so you would never know what y'all relationship was because you just keep it real humble.
Right.
And you pay love back to people who show you love.
Right.
Okay, so you got the album done, you got the label. Where the fuck is the album at, huh? No, listen, half a year ago you was like, this motherfucker about to drop. Here we are, and we waiting. People are eager. I know when you go out, people ask you, where the album? We done heard the singles. First tell me, before you go in there, was it a conscious decision to drop singles instead of a body of work first? And then tell me where the fuck is the album?
Honestly, it was one of those things where, like, I'm learning the business as I go. So I ain't really had no clue with that shit. I just knew I wanted to rap. And I feel like that's where people need to let us be comfortable at, not knowing the business. Like, teach us it, but just understand that we don't know nothing about it. Like, you know.
You say we, you talking about artists?
I'm saying artists.
Okay.
Because I know it's a lot of artists that think that music is 100% of the business, and it's not. That shit is 20%. Music is literally 20%. So I just knew I wanted to rap. I just knew I wanted to rap over these beats, and I just wanted to put them out, and I wanted the people to hear what I had to say. I never really cared about, like, a body of work.
Right.
Never gave a fuck about an album.
Right.
I wasn't thinking like that. I'm thinking my whole career gonna be made up off of these freestyles. Me just rapping it, and they want to put me on the stage to hear this. But realistically, once I started being able to learn how to construct songs, that's when I was like, oh shit, I want to drop this. I want these motherfuckers to hear this. Like, so I feel like it's a learn as you go type of thing. It's a your timing thing. Like, you can't rush it. Just because people want you to be ready for it, don't mean that you're going to be ready for it. I had to learn that shit. And then once I did, that's when I wanted to start dropping.
My producer going to hate this, but you got a quote I love. You say, I'm not chasing no viral moment. What do you mean by that when you say Pinky the rapper not chasing no viral moments?
Because I feel like a lot of bitches aren't good. They just viral.
And about the female rappers and stuff?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of them aren't good. They're just viral, meaning they're everywhere, and you just can't help but to fucking sing it. Like, bitch.
Well, you see what they say. You see Kanye say Cardi was an industry plant to knock Nicki off.
Yeah.
Do you think shit like that is real? Like, when you talking about they just did, they ain't talking about shit. Do you think these is industry plans, or you think these is just the labels know they're going to get paid off of it?
I think that shit real. I think that shit is real because there's no way that you should have been able to make it that fucking far.
You can't rap a lick.
And you got to have writers and shit. So, yeah, I believe that shit is real. I believe it is.
Where's the album? Did you push it? No, listen. Because here's the thing. Do you think that delaying the album can affect the buzz that you built up?
Personally, I do. But, again, I have a team, so even though I have 100%, control and creativity, it's also what they feel like is best.
Right.
So I do feel like the album is going to be pushed back only because, like I said, this goes back to me saying only really wanting to rap and not really know about the business. But now that I know about the business, it's 4 quarters and
yes.
The industry shit is real.
Yes.
So
now break it down to people
we
real quick.
On the fourth quarter. We on the fourth quarter.
Your fans might not know what that shit mean. Break it down to them real quick.
The fourth quarter is just basically like the end all be all. The year is over for the music industry, basically.
Only the goats dropping in the fourth quarter.
You motherfucking Drake, you could drop.
Drake,
you Beyonce, you could drop. You Nicki, you can drop.
Yeah.
Like if you a goat, you can drop. But little old me, baby,
you gonna hold off a little bit.
I probably gotta. New year me. But
can we get at least another single and another video?
And I was just talking to Debbie about me pushing another single.
Yeah.
Giving y'all something because I definitely do. I feel some type of way because I probably can't drop the album now because it's just, time just got in between me and the project because shit happened. Like I'm still human. I'm still a mother. I still got a day-to-day life to live, but I feel some type of way.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it'll be out. But I am definitely about to work on a single this week as we speak. But my album is 100% like, I feel like, no matter how much time go by, the album is still going to be that.
Timeless, right?
It's very timeless, nostalgia. That's what I should have named it that.
You should have, bro. Fuck Rob.
But I do. But I feel like everything happens for a reason. And if it don't come out the end of this year, I know it's definitely because it's meant to do something bigger.
Right time, God's timing.
God's timing.
Inshallah. Listen, you talking about fourth quarter goats. Diddy just dropped.
Who?
Diddy. Brother Love. That's a hell of an album. I was a little surprised. He kind of really ain't rapped the whole album. Did you listen to it?
Not a piece of it.
Did you listen to the new Drake?
Not a piece of it. And I'm a semi Drake fan, not all the way, but I like.
I want to hold off on Drake. We're gonna get right back to Drake. Is this nigga Puffy just putting out music so people ain't paying attention to this Keefy D shit?
Probably so.
You know what I'm talking about with Keefy D?
I seen it, but I don't be caught up into the conspiracies. I don't like shit
conspiracies?
Like that. I got anxiety. It's probably not a conspiracy, but
I don't know.
My anxiety be fucking with me, and I be thinking I hold on to shit too long, so I don't be tapping into that.
You think the way he handling it is the right way, just not even, he not responding to it, he ain't giving it no motion, nothing. He ain't saying a word.
I feel like he getting all his ducks in the motherfucking row.
To my Puff?
Yeah, I don't think he ain't got time to say nothing because it's either you gonna lawyer up or you gonna plan to hide. It's one of the two.
It's so crazy because even when we talking about this shit, the little post came out today saying Future and Kanye are more influential than Tupac. What you think about that?
No comment.
I just want your opinion on this shit.
I don't listen to Futures though. I don't fucking know.
Is it like a because Tupac was so long ago?
I think now, I just think this generation is retarded. Yeah, like, why do y'all feel like that? They don't believe, like, it was pioneers of the rap scene before. I just think they retarded, that's all.
But this is kind of what's going on with this Drake shit, right? So, everybody's going off on Drake, or Drake going off on everybody else. Because Joe Budden, Charlamagne, a few people had some critiques about the new album. You say you ain't heard it. I listened to it a couple times. Y'all heard the Drake jump? It's trash.
Somebody told me it was trash too.
But then they say, oh, well, only if you fuck with bad bitches and this some weird shit. I don't know. Look, man, for a rapper, like everybody, Joe Budden, they saying Joe Budden out of line. But we rappers.
But I think
Go ahead.
I think that when you're a fan of someone, they can put out a Dr. Seuss book and you gonna like that shit.
But Joe is a fan of Drake. It's like, it's artists that I'm a fan of, and you see him put some shit out, I'd rather you do a Kendrick, right? Where I didn't necessarily care for, what was that, he had like the second album was just all over the place. I really ain't care for it like that. I was on house arrest, I'm like, I'm not listening to this shit. You know what I'm saying? The jungle, we gonna be all right on it. But I'd rather a nigga shoot a shot at doing some different shit, experimenting. It feel like Drake dumb it down, he don't elevate. We getting older. He don't get older with his music. Like, this shit, to me, I feel like he reached this plateau years ago.
Right.
But because he an artist of a certain level, that shit already it's gonna keep on. Do you feel like, for you, you're an artist, what's more important, the respect or the money?
The respect.
Okay, talk about it.
I feel like the respect is way where is worth. It matters more to me because just
That's what Drake's saying, nigga. I got a 767. You fly commercial every once a. I mean, that's what's going on.
No, it's the respect for me. I can give a fuck about the money because money come and go.
Yeah.
You know that shit ain't guaranteed, but that respect is, that character is. You know.
You think something wrong with Drake pandering to the younger artists? He kind of dumbing himself down. The rap's not getting no better. He sound like all these. He talking about killing nigga every song.
He don't want to get forgotten. So I understand.
Forgotten? Is that something you fear? Like right now, and for the next foreseeable, right? Let's say for the next 5-10 years, you on fire. Mm-hmm. Let's say you take it from here. You bigger than Nicki, right? Mm-hmm. Do you fear the decline? Working your whole life to get to this peak, and then once you get there, there's only one place to go. Drake is dealing with that. What they saying, Batman, you could die young and be the hero or live long enough to be the villain. That's some real shit. Because eventually niggas going to be like, Pinky who? Floyd who? Drake who? I mean, eventually,
I feel like it comes
like they
with
saying Tupac
territory.
who? This is Pac they talking about, right?
Right.
And people like, fuck that nigga. Future better. Do you fear that?
No, I don't fear it.
Yeah.
I don't fear
You just
it.
living in the moment.
I'm just living in the moment because I feel like I'm not caught up on the actual hype of the music. I'm caught up on the feel of it. So
Yeah.
even if they decide that that's how they feel, that's not how I feel. It's the feel for me, not them.
You think the standards are different for females in rap than they are for men?
Yeah.
How so?
I feel like the standard is very high for the women. It's super low for the men.
What you mean?
Because I feel like they force women to have this
you think
unity.
Meg Thee Stallion is a high standard? Dude, she sound like Cool Mo D.
But I'm just saying, I feel like I'm just saying like overall, like
Okay.
women are looked at under a microscope.
You're right.
Everything is an issue with the women. Versus a man, they don't push that unity shit on niggas. They don't push none of that shit on them. But for women, we gotta be unified. Or if we don't like this, we beefing. Or if she ain't repost this, like, but they don't do that with the niggas at all.
But you tied to some male rappers. What's the word? Are they saying Pinky fucking her way to the top?
I would hope not, because I'm not.
So one of the questions we got in the guest said, did you ever date Fat Trail?
No, I never dated Fat Trail. Never.
Do people think shit like that when other rappers, when Floyd posts you, or when this, when that, when
They probably do. They definitely probably
is
do.
that how people come at you, or they don't?
They don't say no dumb shit like me face to face. What the fuck they would? No.
A lot of women are doing that in the industry, though.
Yes, they are, but it ain't this one.
What you feel about that? Anything?
I feel like, honestly,
Ain't it a little hard to avoid these messy ass industry relationships now?
no, it's not hard to avoid. Stop fucking with these niggas like that.
You not fucking none of these DC rappers?
No. Floyd, let me say that. Cause
Go ahead.
no, I'm not
End
fucking
up
a
like
DC.
Remy Ma.
Boy, fuck you, Floyd. I'm not fucking a DC rapper. He don't consider himself a rapper, so I'm not gonna say that.
Good. Yeah. Don't get caught up in, you a rap. It's all about real rappers. Remy Ma, people respect as a real rapper. She in the mix at battle raps, niggas exposing her on stage.
I had a little sneaky bit of
This is a little sneaky situation.
No.
But look, before we go, I want to do this segment we call the roll up. We got some people that sent us some questions, man. Somebody at the door. You get it.
My stomach hurts so bad.
This joint called the roll up, and we got like 5 more minutes, man. So I just want to get this in. Damn, this has been a good little conversation. I bet. Somebody said, why do you think Wale, J. Cole, and Kendrick is still a conversation? And do you think Wale is on the same level as Drake, Cole, and Kenny?
Yes, I do, 100%.
You do?
I do.
Why do you think people still even questioning if Wale is on that level?
Because
Wale did a lot of trailblazing things, not just for the DC area, but for rap.
Because I don't feel like they don't know nothing. Like, if you look back and you pay attention to the run that Wale had, that nigga had features with all your favorite artists. Like, literally, like Lady Gaga, Nicki Minaj, like motherfucking
Everybody.
Everybody, literally.
Everybody.
So
You done did
I feel like people
everybody.
just don't do their research. People just, they go for what the fuck they hear. That's all that is.
Okay, next question. Brittany Renner says she fucked 35 men. Do you think that's a lot, and is your number higher?
Mind your fucking business. God damn. No, Brittany, how old is she?
She 35.
She 35, so if she 35, she fucked 35 niggas, I don't think that's bad. Like, no shade. That's just me personally. I don't think that's bad. 'Cause
Okay.
how many of them was relationships?
I don't know. So, okay, look. Okay, this was the BBL question somebody asked you. All right, boom. Next question, real quick. If you had no choice but to pick a side, I know you're gonna say this. If you had no choice but to pick a side, would you rather be aligned with Nicki or Cardi, and why?
Are y'all fucking serious? Who asked that dumb question? They must don't watch me. I'm a Barb, Nicki. Please, my bitch is bar for bar, right?
Yeah.
All her shit.
Yeah.
Unapologetically herself. Like, I'm not fucking with no Cardi, please.
Okay, so these I'm gonna put three questions together, so we get up out of here. Look, somebody said, "What has 2023 taught you?" Somebody else said, "What made her start?" We already answered that. What made her start rapping? But they said, "What's your motivation to continue on?" And then, so you could just, what's your motivation?
We're going to start off with 2023 has taught me.
Okay, and what advice would you give your younger self?
2023 have taught me that motherfuckers are weird.
Right.
Weird is on sale, like cheap. Like,
Yeah.
you get some, you get some, you get some.
Everybody got some.
Everybody just weird as shit. People just, it's just always some weird little motives, weird little side shit going on.
Did you answer the Brittany Renner question?
Yeah, I said I don't feel like that's,
All right, go ahead, my bad.
I don't feel like that's bad.
Inquiring minds.
These niggas be ran through and throw away.
35 ain't a lot. I didn't think 35
I don't
was a
think
lot.
35 a lot either if she what, 30?
If she telling the truth. The girl you walking down the aisle with, well, my wife, I love her. That had somebody smacking their dick all on her forehead.
But ain't that's life though.
You want that?
That's life.
I don't
So
want
that's
no Virgin
anybody.
Mary.
It be, but you know what? I respect them bitches that sit and that be real and that be like,
You
oh,
tell
they
me the
did this.
truth. You tell me the
Because
truth.
it's them bad bitches that y'all be feeling like, oh, she bad. Them bitches be ran through.
Ran through.
They just know
Like
what
a
niggas to
tractor.
pick. They just know what niggas to pick. Them niggas not gonna run their mouth. But anyway,
Go on.
my motivation would be my child,
Right.
me being a young mother, me just having someone watch everything I do, literally from brushing my teeth to put my clothes on to me rapping to him being able to be like, oh, I want to listen to Pinky the Rapper. Like,
Hello.
that's like a big motivation. for
Legacy.
me.
Legacy.
Yeah,
Legacy.
big motivation.
And you got any questions for me?
How many of these fucking answers, these questions you
That's
sent
it.
in?
That's it, huh?
How many of these
Did I
questions you
send
sent
that?
in?
None.
You lying.
I ain't lying to you. I ain't lying
I don't have no question for you. Y'all, Floyd is my genuine, like, real friend. Like, we sit on the phone for hours, and I tell him my business, and he don't never spill
know
none of the
nothing
tea he
about
got going on.
I ain't got shit going on. That's it. All right, Highthoughts, Ryan. We got like 30 seconds left, right? All right, Highthoughts. Oh, shit.
You really
first,
high.
thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to my sponsors, Designer Huff, Clothing, Highthoughts Cannabis Company. Shout out to my team in this motherfucker. We here. Highthoughts. I'm stealing it from my guest here. Plan E is fuck Plan B. Plan A is fuck Plan B. Cut that out, Ryan, when we do the editing.
Who said that?
Plan A is fuck Plan B. Can't be no Plan B.
Who said that?
I got that from you.
Oh.
You know, a lot of us, we say, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that just in case this don't work out.
Can't be no just in
But
case.
you can't give Plan A 100% if you sit here backed up with Plan B,
You know you
Plan
got
C.
Plan B. Mm-hmm.
You got to go hard. You got to dedicate everything. We got one life. This shit could be over tonight for any of us. You got to give everything you got to whatever you feel like you here for. For this young lady, it starts out with the rapping, starts out with motherhood. Who knows where it's going to take her? For all of us, we got different paths in life. Who knows where it's going to take us? But whatever we do, we got to do that shit to the 100%. We got to give everything we got while we here, or what the fuck else is we here for? Plan A is fuck Plan B. Each and every week, we be back unless some more people die and then I got to take some more time
Oh
off.
my God! Now why would you say that, Floyd? Shut up.
It's just the truth. I mean, listen, man, what you want me to do? You gonna lie to the... You don't come on your freestyles and lie on your bars, do you?
You don't know that.
Oh, maybe you do. Cause you do be talking some shit about some niggas. I wanna know who these broke rappers you keep talking about in all your verses is. Y'all old broke rappers, I ain't gonna get...
Get a Highthoughts after dark and I tell y'all they name exactly. And I put their motherfucking Instagram name on it too.
I mean, I love you to death.
I love you too, Floyd.
Each and every week, Highthoughts, nigga, we out. Salute.
Well. Fuck it up, bud. Let's go. Yeah. These hoes fuck with me for my swag. That 2007 shit got me in my bag. Never been a nigga this good for this long. Only seen a nigga this good on this song. Shit, don't get me wrong, I see they on some different other shit. Money say I'm Democrat, my hustle say Republican. Know some ghetto bitches, pussy hitches like you want it slim. Got some bougie bitches.